America is a capitalist society.
Anything that drives a profit.
As long as prisons are big business,
America is down with it.
Washington, D.C. area are suspended or expelled 2 to 5 times more often than white children. It's a national trend that needs to be addressed.
And even with education, there's no jobs.
You don't have a choice but to do some dumb shit.
The best days in the United States are behind us.
You know, they undereducate you. After that, they underemploy you. Even under the president that looks like you.
Indicators are telling us that it's headed downhill.
You're a walking, talking uranium for these people. You're a stick of gold with mouth and eyes and ears.
Most states in America look at the reading level of black boys at the conclusion of elementary school, which is normally 4th or 5th grade, to determine, to predict how many new prison cells they'll need in the next decade. Statistically, if a black boy cannot read by the time he finishes the 5th grade, there's a 75% chance that he will be a criminal by the age of 25. It is the relationship between miseducation and criminology.
When you look at instances like New York stop and frisk, when you look at instances like Troy Davis, Trayvon Martin case, which has ignited everyone across the world, you know that racism is alive and well in America.
When you look at the prisoners, the majority of us.
Everything that we aspire to be, everything that conspires against us, typically they meet on it.
Black men are being publicly traded on Wall Street the same way you trade sugar, leather, gold, diamonds. Just like in slavery, black men are the raw resource of America.
The goal is to get bodies, to get free labor, and to generate money and commerce at the expense of whoever just happens to get caught into the system.
I believe that if a group of people have not sat down and formally decided we're going to do this, at some point a group of people realize that these numbers corroborate one another, they coincide, they form a line from A to B, and if they've done nothing to interrupt that or stop that, that still is a conspiracy proven true.
They've done studies where they found that 70 to 80% of people that are incarcerated are at different levels of illiteracy. So there you know that if you're illiterate in 3rd or 4th grade, then it's very likely that you'll be in prison. So you mean to tell me that people that decided on where to build a prison or how to build a prison or when to build a prison didn't look at the research? They had to look at something. So, of course, I mean, if I was trying to make millions of dollars off private prisons, I would be looking at, oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of prisoners this year because nobody can read.
Revolutionary in my family was what they call reading. My grandmother would always remind me, remember, they used to kill slaves, cut your tongue out blind, learn how to read, so that's how important it was.
I don't necessarily know if their hatred of black people is greater than their love for money. I think that if they could make money without destroying black people, they would probably try to do that. But the fact is that prisons have become a very convenient way for the powers that be to get wealthy while letting us pay the bill, so to speak.
If there is no tangible benefit for political discourse to improve the economic outcomes of people in our community, then we're going to have to be stuck with the same. And we see that with the incarceration rates, we see that with the poor, lack of education, and we see that with the dismal economic growth.
And so I think that for African Americans to have freedom, to truly be free, we've got to embrace ownership and other forms of educational economic empowerment. Because when you walk away from education and you walk away from economic responsibility, you are walking right back into the hands of slavery, and that's something that we don't want to do.
They take the same dudes that get snatched out of your neighborhoods for bogus drug charges, nonviolent drug charges. They put them on work camps, and they have to clean the side of the highways and the exits now. Now, this not only happens at a much reduced rate than you would have to pay if you were paying a fair labor, unskilled labor. Not only that, you'd have to assure them, you'd have to give them a city pension. We wipe all that out by using slave labor, paying these men pennies on the dollar, and then forcing restitution, most of which never makes it back to a victim, but just makes it to these mysterious court costs. to keep the system running. So it is indeed slavery.
So prison, we can say, is a new cotton.
Yeah, you are the cotton. Right now, you the cotton brown.
Oh, man.
Yes. Man, did y'all hear that powerful trailer right there? That was my man Raheem Shabazz's first piece, the elementary genocide. That was the first trailer for it. And without further ado, like I said, I was bringing my man Raheem Shabazz on after the break, and he is here live with us. Brother, welcome to the Kicking It with Key C show. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing excellent, my brother, my sisters. I'm just here. I'm ready to vibe with the people and raise vibration and pitch and speak truth to power.
That's right, brother.
Yes, welcome. That's what we need.
yes, man. Hey, man, there is a serious need for this story to be told. And I want to congratulate you on making this happen. And hopefully this will spark, you know what I'm saying, a more conscious a mindset for individuals who see this, who are able to think with their third eye and be able to, you know what I'm saying, be enlightened. You know what I'm saying? You have some serious jewels on this series. I mean, information that is invaluable. And I want to thank you, man, for first putting it out. I haven't watched this series yet. All I was watching was the trailers and read about it, but my wife loves documentaries. So we're going to sit down and actually dig into this thing. And I am excited, man. I cannot wait to actually do so. I mean, you got Umar Johnson, Dr. Boyce Watkins, Dr. Torrance Stevens, Killer Mike. You know what I'm saying? You doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We have, when we first started to do this project, one of the things that we wanted to be mindful of is that we need gatekeepers, we need activists, we need social justice warriors, and those who are not afraid to speak truth to power. Because a lot of times we rely on our open enemies, and that's what the whole school to prison pipeline is about. Elijah Muhammad, he told us that there's 3 science that the open enemy is not going to teach you. And he said that's the science of business, the science of mating, and the science of warfare. And all of those take education. So we got to educate ourselves as a people. And that's why I tell our people all the time, education is a great equalizer. And that's why it made me the person I am today. But let's jump right into the interview. I know y'all got some questions, and we can get right to it.
Yeah, man. All right, so first thing is, I know, like I said, I've known of you. I can say I personally knew you, but I've known of you, so I'm going to dig a little bit in your history here. And you actually had an entertainment company, Rasha Entertainment, correct? And you're based out of Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
Absolutely. I'm based out of Atlanta. I'm originally from Hustling, Harlem, New York City. And I've been down here for about 14 years, on and on.
Okay. And now what motivated you first to start your entertainment company? And then I'm going to ask the next question after that one that leads into this documentary.
The reason why I started the entertainment company is because prior to that, I was a hip-hop journalist. And I was fighting for the Source 5 XXL. I freelanced for a lot of urban-driven publications. And at that time, traditional media was not what it was when I initially started. And everything was going online. So I took my name and my byline and I started Rasha Entertainment. And just a play on words. The first 2 letters of my first name and the first 3 letters of my last name, Raheem Shabazz. And the website did exceptionally well. At its height, we was getting 3.5 million page views. But when the documentary took off, we kind of like put that on the back burner. But we about to revive it.
Okay. And so, how many years did you operate that?
I operated that, I want to say, from 2002 to 2015.
Okay. 2000. Wow, that was 15 years doing it. Wow. And with your company, you had some notable videography work that you were doing, right? You were doing a lot of video work, right?
Yes, I was doing a lot of music videos. I did short film. One was called The Sun Will Rise. I did another feature film, The Kiss the Bandit, where I kind of did more so like film consultant and associate producer. With The Sun Will Rise, I was winning a lot of awards for that. One of the awards I won was to be a puppet on Tyler Perry's set. I then went on to work for Tyler Perry Studios. I worked on 4 films for them. So I have a deep and rich history in filmmaking. However, I wanted to step outside of working on Hollywood sets, and I wanted to do my own thing. And at first, I was at a crossroads about what movie I wanted to do,
right,
or what documentary. And so I knew I wanted to do something that was near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
And that's when I came up with the concept of elementary genocide, because I, coming from an unruly background, living in New York City, I found myself on the wrong side of the law, and I wound up on 6 years behind enemy lines. And at the time that I was incarcerated, I didn't even have a GED. And within 30 days, I acquired my GED. Eventually, I got sentenced, and I went to college, and I graduated 8 days before I got released. And I graduated in the top 10% of my class. I graduated with a degree in human service. And unfortunately, that degree is still sitting in that envelope. I never even got a frame for it. That's how bad it is. I never used it. I had other plans. I knew for surety that when I got out, that I wasn't going to work for nobody. I was going to be my own boss. And I've been out of jail for 17 years now. And in the last, I want to say 14 years, I've been working for myself with Rock Shot Entertainment, Rock Shot Vision, doing consulting, doing film, and I've been in that arena ever since. And like I was saying, when I was saying I wanted to do something that was near and dear to my heart, the concept of elementary genocide came along because from the time I was young, I was always an astute reader. And I read a lot of Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, and Malcolm X. And one of the things that Marcus Garvey said was that intelligence rules the world and ignorance carries the burden. And I never wanted to be a burden for my people.
Right.
So I wanted to do something that could push our people forward, and not just to be a documentary, but to be a call to action.
Right.
And I think that's what we did with Elementary Genocide documentary series. Thus far, we have won over 10 awards, and we're about to put out Elementary Genocide 3, which is called Academic Holocaust. So we ain't done yet, though.
Hey, it don't sound like it, man. It don't sound like. Look, there's 8 Fast and Furious. Hell, you might well have 8 elementary genocides. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping to the creativity.
Yeah, no, this one, the third one, is actually going to be the last.
It's going to be the last?
Reason why, Yeah, the reason why I say that, a lot of people asked me already about what's going to be the topic of number 4. And my thing is that